Do you have a passion or hobby that you'd like to share with others? Have you suggested your family and friends to watch that many times? Do you wish you could have a community of like-minded people to talk to so your family and friends won't say, not again? Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name is Chelsea. As you probably know by now, today I'll be sharing with you guys how to share your hobby or passion through Instagram, whether that's art, dance, photography, film, and pretty much anything. So I'll start by giving a little bit of background on my own Instagram account and then splitting the video into two parts. First part will be how to use Instagram, and the second part will be about how to connect with your community. If you like this type of video, keep watching and be sure to give me a thumbs up. So to give a little bit of background, I currently have an Instagram account where I share my dance covers called dance.cl. I started this account when I was in high school and now I have over 9,000 followers and thousands of views on each video. I started my account because I couldn't find an immediate community of dancers in my high school. I decided to share and document my interest in K-pop dance through Instagram. And eventually, as I kept on posting, I was able to grow my skills as a dancer through covering a lot of dances as well as receiving feedback and connecting with other members in the community. My Instagram account was honestly a great place to develop this hobby of mine and really helped me grow my skills before I went to college and joined a real-life dance community. Even so, I kept running my account and now it's just been an amazing journey of growth and discovery. So I decided to start on Instagram because at the time it was the best place to share my form of content, which are dance covers. It's not as formal as YouTube where you need to edit a longer clip, but it's also not as informal as something like TikTok, where people can post thousands of videos and it's not very permanent. Instead, Instagram offers a lot of affordances, which I'll be talking about later, that were really helpful to me and growing my account. I don't want to use this video as kind of a plug for my own Instagram or to brag about anything. I just want this to encourage you guys and hopefully be helpful to anyone who wants to share their passions as well. I know that I would have found some of these tips helpful when I first started out, so hopefully it will be helpful to someone out there. I just wanted to give that little bit of background so that I have something to reference back to throughout my explanation. And lastly, before we jump in, if you're thinking of starting an Instagram account to share any hobbies of yours, I just want to say to go for it! There's really no right time to do these kind of things, and if you've been thinking about it for a long time, why not just start now? So anyways, let's just get into the first part of the video. So like any other platforms, Instagram has a lot of features and tools that you can use. Obviously, the first thing that you need to do when you log in is to create a username. So your username should be something simple and straightforward and should be ideally related to the type of content you're going to post. So for example, when I started out, my account was actually called dancemon.cl. Now I've just shortened it to dance.cl. I dance and CL are my initials. It's as simple as that. So yeah, you should do the same thing with your account. Make sure that when people see it, they'll know exactly what kind of content you're going to post. Now that you've created your username, just do the same thing with your bio. Keep it straightforward. Don't overcrowd it with a lot of unnecessary, fanciful words. Just explain what you're doing. Maybe keep a date of when you started to keep track for yourself, but otherwise keep it simple as well. And now you're ready to start posting. I would suggest to make a schedule and post around the same time each time. And when you grow a little bit more and have followers, you can convert your Instagram account into actually a business account. This is super simple. You just follow the steps in Instagram. For me, I kind of created like a dummy Facebook page just so I could get the analytics, because then Instagram will be able to tell you when your followers are most active and what are the best times to post. So hashtags. Hashtags are super important on Instagram. I didn't know this at first, but actually the limit to hashtags is 30 per post. I'd really suggest that you take advantage of all of these when you first begin. Of course, there are some hashtags you can always keep constant throughout your posts. For me, it's something like K-pop cover dance or just K-pop covers, but otherwise try not to use the exact same hashtags in every post. Change it up a little and make sure it's relevant to what you're posting. Now that you've made your first post, the work isn't over yet. This kind of segues into the next part of this video, which is all about how you connect with the community and get that interaction on your posts. So certainly you're not gonna be the only one who posts that kind of content on Instagram. Unless you're doing something super niche, even then you can usually find other people who are posting about the same thing. So for example, I was looking for people who are also posting K-pop dance covers or even just dance in general. The great thing about Instagram is that once you follow someone, Instagram usually suggests a whole list of people that are similar to them. It's a great way to just check out a lot of users and see if you would like to support each other. When you look through the users' posts, be genuine and see if they're a nice person and if you really resonate with their content. It's also very important to make sure that they're active users. So if their last post was from like 2 years ago, they're probably not very active. It's a good idea to look at people who are kind of on a similar path as you. So if you try to follow someone with like 100K, you can't really expect them to see you and follow back. So this next part is what I did when I first started. I would look through somebody's posts. If I liked them, I would give them a follow, like a couple of their posts, and just comment something nice. There's no need to spam them excessively. Usually if they're active, they'll just return the favor. So of course, in the beginning, you might be frustrated that somebody's not following you back, even if you follow them and liked a lot of their posts and commented, because I know I felt that way a lot. I would be like, I did so much, why isn't this person following me back? But I would say to give them some time. If you genuinely enjoy their content, the algorithm will pick up that you're interacting with somebody's posts regardless, and that's a plus for you. I would also recommend just approaching people with a genuine attitude. Don't just go like,
please follow my account and check me out.
Like, nobody wants to hear that. I got even more annoyed when they would just give me a compliment that didn't sound genuine at all. They would say, love this post.
Please check out my account too.
You know, when you say stuff like that, it just makes you not want to go to their account even more. So I wouldn't recommend doing this kind of compliment sandwich thing. Because even if you were genuine about your first comment, the second part just kind of turns people off. So I would suggest just leaving genuinely nice comments, or if you really want to, you could say something like, I love your posts, hope we can support each other, or something like that. Just don't outright ask for a follow. Nobody really wants to read that. Remember that you're leaving your comment on a public platform, so other users who are just scrolling through might see your username and decide to check you out as well. And that kind of goes back to the point of making your username simple and related to what you're doing. Sharing people's stuff to your story is also a great way to interact. IG has this feature where if you tag someone, the other person can post to their story as well. So in this way, it's kind of like a win-win situation. Both people can kind of get some sort of exposure out of it. Lastly, it's just important to keep on posting. You might feel kind of discouraged now and then because you're not going viral, but just remember that Instagram is not like a lot of other platforms. It's not like TikTok where you can just expect to show up on the For You page once and go viral. On Instagram, popularity kind of comes in waves, so it's important to just never give up and remember why you started. Because in the end, nobody's gonna care about your content as much as you do. Sometimes I found myself constantly trying to catch up to trends or doing things that I didn't genuinely enjoy just so I could get my views and comments up. But in the end, you have to remember why you wanted to start your Instagram account and why you genuinely want to share your content with others. When you create stuff that you enjoy, that shows up in your content and will attract people, whether it's trendy or not. And also, once you've made a couple of mutuals or friends on Instagram, it's just a great place to be. A lot of people that I've met through my account have just been super nice and supportive, and I'm really glad that we met. So I've been on the platform for around like 4 years now. I've been able to meet so many people and grow my confidence as both a dancer and a person. And since Instagram lets you view all of your old posts, it's just a great way to see how far you've come, because sometimes I look at when I first began and I was just like, why did I do that? But I think it's just a really great way to see how far you've come and just a good encouragement for yourself. Also, don't be ashamed of anything you post, because at the beginning I was super embarrassed to have anybody I knew in person discover my account. If it was like family friends or if it was just my classmates in high school, I would just be like, oh no, this is so bad. I have to block them. And I really did spend so much time just trying to block people who are judging me. And now I realize you're just doing a disservice to yourself. Honestly, people could care less. I'm not trying to be harsh. It's just that people really care less than you think they do. And in the end, nobody's going to care as much about your content as you do. So you should be proud of everything that you put out. If you're ashamed of a couple of people seeing this, how can you be proud of sharing your content to like thousands of people out there? In the end, just have confidence in yourself. Know that this is your work. You're putting it out in the world and being vulnerable, so why not just be proud of it? So that's pretty much the basics of running an Instagram account for a hobby. So if you guys have any questions or want me to expand on anything I've said, just leave a comment or, I don't know, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll put my dance Instagram down below as well if you want to see any of the points in action or if you just want to check me out. Hopefully this video is helpful to you in some way. If you're really thinking about sharing something that you're proud of on any sort of platform, this is the time to just go for it. Like really, there's no right time for these kind of things, so why not just do it now? Whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or even like, I don't know, TikTok, if that's what the kids are into these days, it's always a good idea to just go for it. Don't ever be ashamed of anything you put out. You're the one being brave and putting yourself out there, and anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong, okay? Hope you guys found this somewhat helpful. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to keep up with more of my content. I'm always open to talk. If you want to comment or DM me, feel free to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching if you got up to this point, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!